Bobcat is a Gravity Group family wooden roller coaster located at the Great Escape in Queensbury, New York. The ride opened this past season in 2024, replacing Alpine Bobsled, which stood at the park from 1998 till last season in 2023. I got to ride Bobcat in mid-July 2024, only got one ride on it, and it was in the back row, so I didn't get a good feel for the ride, so I'm just going based off on that one experience. I wanted to get multiple rides on it, but it was unfortunately down most of the day for maintenance. And at one point, the ride overshot the brake run, meaning the ride didn't stop in time, and the train slid a little beyond its point where it should have stopped. People in the first row had to be evacuated where that pre-drop is before the lift. Besides talking about its problems, let's talk about something great. This is a ride that the Great Escape needed. They have not added a new roller coaster in almost 20 years, and it was a kids coaster, Frankie's Mine Train, in 2005. And this is a ride that is perfect with not only families, but for coaster enthusiasts as well. And this is a ride that put the Great Escape on the map. So for the stats, it has a height of only 55 feet, a max speed of 40 miles per hour, and a length of 1,412 feet. The ride is themed to a Bobcat. You got a waterfall outside the entrance. Going through the queue, you can actually smell the fresh wood since how new it is. Station is shaped as a camp house. Kind of reminds me of Untamed at Canopy Lake Park Station. Inside the station, you got a deer's head on the wall. You also got a few pictures of deers on the walls. And you also have a few antlers on the wall as well. If you look up in the ceiling inside the station at the lights, you got these antlers that are wrapped around these lights. The ride runs 2 trains with six cars per train. Obviously, these rides have terrible capacity, and this ride only ran 1 train when we were there, so it did build up a line. One thing I like about these trains is their comfort. They're very comfortable. They are the Gravity Group Timberliner trains, which are very soft, even the lap bar. As for the train design, there's a Bobcat on the front of the train with a background of rockwork. This is a very cool design, and I really like it. So let's talk about the layout of the ride. Out of the station, you start out with a pre-drop, and you climb the 55-foot lift. You then turn 180 degrees to your left, drop into your first of many airtime hills, which can really lead to a near-miss element if you have your arms up. You then enter your left before entering the double up. Notice that last hill on the double up, the track shifts to the bank. That element is a little similar to a double reverse bank. You then dive down, bank to the right into a bunny hill. You then bank again to the right into another bunny hill. Bank to the left. You then got a double down into a tight bank to the right. A small airtime hill that will lead you to the brakes. So overall thoughts, this is a perfect ride at the Great Escape. Now, one thing I did notice is that Bobcat tends to focus more on gradual airtime than ejector airtime. And I'm not saying that's bad. I would prefer the ejector over the gradual, though. Rorosaurus tends to focus on a lot on ejector, and that ride is like out of control. It really feels like an airtime that RMCs deliver. Here, it's more towards floater. I think when Gravity Group created Rorosaurus, they thought it was a little too intense. They've created a few more wooden coasters, such as Oscar's Waxy Taxi and Kentucky Flyer. I've not ridden those yet, but I think they did learn from Rorosaurus to not make a super intense family ride. That's just my observation. I think this is the best ride in the park, even though Comet is a fun ride as well. I think I do prefer Rorosaurus over this because it's more of that out-of-control feeling, but I understand they wanted to make it a family ride. I think my only concern would actually be the location because they could have kept Bobsled and take out that dirty ride, Steamin' Demon, which is easily one of the worst rides I've ever ridden. And I think a Gravity Group family wooden coaster could have fit in that footprint as well. So for a final score, I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10. It's a really fun ride that really put Great Escape on the map, and I think this ride will be enjoyed by all. So that is it for my review on the Bobcat at the Great Escape in Queensbury, New York. If you've ridden Bobcat, please let me know down in the comments on what your thoughts on the ride. And if you agree with everything I said, and subscribe for more Coastermonium videos, and I'll catch you guys later.